Good afternoon, sir. Am I visible and audible?
Yes. Good afternoon, Dr. Madhurima. Yes, you are clear.
Sir, shall we wait for a few minutes for all participants?
Okay.
Good evening, Tanmay. Sir, shall I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, very good afternoon to our respected director, sir, Professor Dr. Avindu Sanaik, who is the director of Ashadi Wisdom Campus, Sri Lanka. And also, today is the introductory session. So I welcome all my students to the first introductory session where I will introduce you to your certificate course on gender studies. I am Dr. Madhurima Dasgupta, presently Academic Director, India, as well as Head of the Department of Gender Studies and Social Studies Department from Ashadi Wisdom Campus, Sri Lanka. Now, this entire course of gender studies and social studies, what will you learn from this course? Or rather, what is this course about? Okay, so this entire certificate course of gender studies, it will help you to introduce you to the concept of sex, sexuality, gender, the different forms of gender, that is the LGBTQIA plus community, along with the forms of masculinity and femininity, how diversified is the concept of gender, because we know that gender as a concept is susceptible or subjected to change. It is not fixed because because it is the product of society. It is because of society that gender keeps changing. So this course will help you to provide an in-depth understanding or will introduce you to the field of gender studies, along with the complex and the different and multifaceted nature of gender, what are the different features of gender and how it intersects with different social categories. By social categories, I mainly refer to race, caste, class, disability. So how gender is related with race, with caste, with class, with disability. So how intersectional is the concept of gender? So mainly this entire, concept of gender studies or introduction to women and gender studies, it started, long back. So that is why when I will teach you in the next class about the history of gender, how the concept actually emerged, and how mainly we started talking about gender and how different is gender studies from women studies. Because women studies mainly deals with the issues, challenges, the implications, the social implications faced by women, while gender studies deals with the issues and challenges and the sociological implications faced by both the gender. And by both the gender here, I refer to the binary category, which includes masculinity and femininity of men and women, and the non-binary category of LGBTQIA plus category. So how important is the concept of gender studies? Like, why do we need to study gender studies? That is because gender sensitization is extremely essential in present society. Hope you know that whenever, like in the early morning, when we go through any e-newspaper or newspaper, any article, we find some of the other cases of rising crime against both the gender, maybe mostly against women, because the cases of rising of sexual harassment, molestation, rape, crime against women are more as compared to the other gender. But that doesn't mean that crime does not happen against men or does not happen against the third gender. It does happen, but it is not properly reported. So why it is not properly reported, that we will delve into gender studies. Okay, so that is why it is very, very essential to understand gender studies, to be sensitized about the concept of gender and what is its impact on society, how socially and sociologically relevant it is in our present era, especially in the era of AI. So coming to the course objectives, what will be the course objectives? What will you learn from it? Firstly, you will be able to define and explain important concept of gender, like, as I said, sex, sexuality, the different forms of sexual orientation, heterosexual, homosexual, pansexual, asexual. There are also other different forms of, sexuality, which you will delve into this gender studies, followed by the concept of patriarchy. What exactly is patriarchy? What is its impact on society? How age old is the concept of patriarchy? That means, what is the history of patriarchy? From where did it emerge? Did it emerge recently, or it is an age old concept? We find it in the Shastras, in Manusmriti, in the Vedas. Then about intersectionality, which I said, how it cuts across race, caste, class, disability. And very importantly, queer theory, because this queer theory, QUEER, it's like an umbrella term. We know what is an umbrella, because when we open an umbrella, it covers our body to protect us from any kind of heat or rain. Definitely. So queer is also a concept which covers lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. I repeat, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. That means the LGBT. Okay, so queer is the theory which helps to explain the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender perspectives. Followed by, secondly, by doing or pursuing this course, you will be able to analyze the social, cultural, and the historical construction of gender. We know that gender is a concept which is socially and culturally constructed. Why it is socially constructed? Remember, though I will teach this in the next class, when I will start teaching you with the first topic of gender studies, what is gender, what is sex, what is sexuality, but still you should know it, that whenever someone is born, they are not born with their particular gender. It is in the hospital that the doctor assigns based on the sexual organ whether that small child is a boy or a girl. And the moment the child is demarcated as a boy, he is socially constructed or socially imposed to behave like a boy. And what are the social impositions and socially constructed features of boyhood or masculinity? Means a boy should be always very courageous, rough and tough, physically strong, should not always cry in public. Remember, there is a saying, boys don't cry, because if boys cry, then they lose their masculinity. They become very feminine and very girlish. Okay, the same is applicable for girls as well. That means the moment the girl is demarcated as a woman by the doctor, then she is expected socially and culturally to behave like a female, to behave like a feminine beauty. So that means to be very soft. Girls are always socialized to be very soft, down to earth, very submissive, docile. not to, should not raise her voice, should always have a very calm posture, should not go outside the house after 7 p.m. So these are the social and cultural constructions of gender. We will also learn the historical construction, how history constructed this masculinity and femininity, and also this third gender. Because when we will know about this third gender, LGBTQIA plus community, you will find that how biased is our history. That is, history never favored the homosexual, never favored the third gender. Because if we look into the Shastras, if we look into the, the books of Hinduism or any religion, Islam, Christianity, we will find that homosexuality or anything related to third gender was always regarded as a criminal offense. It was a criminal offense. So we will mainly delve into the socio-cultural and the historical construction of gender and what impact it provides on individuals as well as society. That means on the quality of life of individual as well as the social impact. How society is able to inculcate the changes, or it is still continuing the traditional norm of gender. The third course objective is to identify and challenge the dominant gender norms and stereotypes. We know that what are the dominant gender norms and stereotypes? We must have heard about a man should behave like the way he's expected to behave in a society. Very physically strong, rough and tough, courageous. The moment he becomes very soft, docile, he's equated with a female. He's regarded as an effeminate. He's regarded as a female, feminine others. In many societies, I think, I don't know whether Saudatu ma'am has joined or not, in the Nigerian or in the African societies, they are regarded as fag or fagot, F-A-G, F-A-G-G-O-T. Fag or fagot means that you are not behaving as per the socially constructed notion of gender, especially for male. Okay, so that is how, that dominant gender norms tries to always impose us, always force us to behave as per the socially constructed norm of gender. So if I'm a female, I'm always expected to be very soft, very docile. I should always be very obedient. I should know the housework. Even if I have a brother, my brother is not expected to do the housework. I should, as a sister, be more responsible in housework than my brother because I'm a female. Just because I'm a female, I should know the housework more than my brother. So that is the gender stereotype. When you are expected socially to play the role as laid down by the society. But this course will help you to identify and challenge those gender norms and stereotypes, to break down it. Why do you need to follow the, gender norms? Why can't there be gender reversal roles, interchange of gender roles? To recognize the diversified gender experiences and identities, because it is up to my individual choice how I will behave. Maybe I'm born as a female, but I can behave as a man. I can dress like a man. I can act like a man. My attitude, my gait, my experience can be that of a man. Or maybe I can act like both the gender, of male or a female. It is completely up to the individual choice. So these we will mainly try to explore in this course. Fourthly, this course will help you to examine the intersections of gender, as I said, with other social categories like race, caste, class, disability, how gender is related with race. We belong to, especially in Asian countries, I would say, and in many of the African countries, how women of color, and by color I mainly demarcate that women who are from brown skinned color women, how they are subjected to racial discrimination. And this we will learn through a very important theory of Black feminism. This I will be doing it in the the later classes. How Black feminist movement, they helped to understand how Black women are subjected to racial based discrimination. Okay, so how gender and race are related, then gender and class. That means women, irrespective of their class, they are subjected to any kind of violence. But here I will mainly refer to the the middle class and the lower class, who are mainly subjected to violence. Then gender and caste, how Dalit women, Dalits who are at the lowermost category, the Shudras, how they are subjected to so much of discrimination in society. Firstly, because they are born as a woman, and secondly, because they are born into the lower caste, that is the Dalit caste. Now, which is known as the Scheduled caste as per Indian Constitution. Okay, so how gender will intersect again with disability, very, very important. We know that in our society, there are children, there are people who are differently abled. We call them differently abled and specially abled. Earlier, there was this concept of handicapped. No, we do not call them as handicapped. Because if we term them as handicapped, all of us are handicapped in certain ways. So these people are differently or specially abled. And there are many men, many women who are differently abled. So how gender-based discrimination cuts across with disability, and discrimination becomes paramount for them. They are extremely marginalized, not only from the gender, but also from the, the differently abled category as well. And their implications for social justice and equality. How egalitarian is our society in terms of law and order? Is it same for everyone, irrespective of their gender, race, caste, class, ability, and disability? And finally, this course will help you to apply the gender studies theory, the theories which I will teach you along with the concepts, to understand the problems which exist in the real world. So whenever any issue happens in the family, any conflict between the husband and the wife, by applying the theory or the concept which I will teach you, will be able to understand what kind of theory, what kind of concept, or what kind of real world problem is going on, including policy making, social activism, and personal relationships. So that is how this course will help you in 5 different ways, the 5 different objectives of the course. Now, finally, coming to the complete outline, that means the syllabus of your course with content. So this PPT will be provided to you at the end of the class in your group. So don't worry about it. All the study materials, everything will be provided. So in the entire course outline has been divided into certain weekly outlines. In the first week, you will mainly know about what exactly is gender studies. So introducing gender studies, whenever you write anything, or maybe you talk to people for the first time, you introduce yourself. The same goes for this course as well. So when I started this class, I introduced myself. Okay, so same goes for this course, introduction to gender studies. What do you mean by sex, sexuality, and again, what do you mean by gender? Like, what is the overview of gender studies as a field? What is its nature? What is its scope? What are the different job prospects, which is very, very essential? How market oriented is the concept of gender studies? Because at the end of the day, you all can question me like, ma'am, what will happen after studying this course? Just gaining knowledge? No, not just gaining knowledge. I will also provide you an in-depth understanding. What are the job prospects after studying gender studies? Where you can get a job, where you can apply for a job, which is very essential nowadays. Because just doing a course is not important. You have to know what is the utility of the course. What is its USP, unique selling point, which is very, very important for every course. Okay, then you will learn about the forms of sexuality, which I said, LGBTQIA+, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer theory, which I said the umbrella term, which covers the LGBT. Then I means intersex, or A means asexual. So these I will be teaching you in the later on classes. And what are the different challenges faced by these categories? Remember, maybe some of the challenges are similar for them, but different categories have different forms of challenges. Everyone has challenges, just the form varies from one category to another. And this you will learn through different documentaries. I will show different documentaries, different short films, and I will also engage into group discussions, okay, which is very, very essential. I want my class to be extremely interactive. It's not just a one-way teaching process. If you interact with me, it becomes a very interesting arena to discuss about anything, any social issue. Okay, then the second and the third week will delve into the concept of feminism, because to understand gender, you have to know about what is the concept of feminism. So what is the biological and the social construction of gender? The different theories of gender, what does biology says, and how social construction breaks that essentialist and the biological concept and puts forth a different social constructionist approach of gender. Then the different feminist theories, the different strands, the different theories of feminism, which includes like liberal, radical, socialist, Marxist, Black, ecofeminism, postmodern feminism. There are also many others, which when I will be teaching, I will be explaining in details. Because by by learning these theories, you will be able to know what are the different challenges faced by women from different categories. Maybe women from race, they can be explained by black feminism. Women who are subjected to patriarchy, they can be explained by radical feminism. Women who are subjected to problems in the family due to socialization, cultural upbringing, can be explained by liberal feminism. Okay, so there are different forms of feminism, feminist theories or strands, which I will be explaining. Then you have the queer theory, which I said, which actually covers the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender categories. That is also a theory to explain the issues faced by the LGBT, not the IA, LGBT categories. And the intersectionality, which I already said, how it cuts across race, caste, class, disability. And this also you will learn through documentary short films, followed by peer study. Now, this peer study is a different form of teaching learning pedagogy, which teachers use in their class. Peer study means that in this class, maybe there will be, certain small groups consisting of maybe two peers, two friends. So both of you will discuss one topic, and then accordingly, I will be asking questions to you, which is related to the topic. It will not be always be related to the study material, but again, yes, study material, but also you have to apply that study material to the real world concept. Okay, and of course, group discussions, which follows. The next, the next 4th to 5th week will delve into gender and social constructions through patriarchy and gender roles. That means it will cover how gender is constructed in family. Remember, a small child is born into the family. So family is the primary agency of socialization and gender socialization, cultural upbringing, which takes place in the family. So how family plays an important role. Parents, who are the caregivers, what forms of parenting style they use. We will also delve into the different forms of parenting styles. These different forms of parenting, which I personally used in my PhD research. It's very interesting to know what forms do the Indian parents or the parents of the Asian countries use it. Okay, then education and work. How gender cuts across education. What are the different challenges faced by men, women, or the third gender in education and in the workplace also, because now we have this disciplinary committee in every workplace, in every organization, in every institution, which looks into the rising cases of sexual harassment against women. Okay, not only women, but other categories as well. Then how gender is represented in media, very, very essential, because now media plays a very important role. And by media, I'm not only referring here to mass media like television, newspapers, articles, magazines, because those are all traditional forms of media. Now we refer to social media, because throughout the day, we are always hooked into social media. Whatever we see, whatever achievements we have, at least I do it, we always try to post in social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, so that there are more likes and dislikes. So how gender penetrates into that social media, how social media represents the different forms of gender, what are the challenges that different forms of gender faces in social media, because social media has its pros and cons. Okay, it depends on the person and how they are using social media. We have to be very careful by using social media. So everything will be explored here. And this we will learn again through short films, peer study, along with role taking. Role taking means that, like, for example, I will give an assignment. Maybe I will say that there are 4 characters. One is a Dalit woman, next is a Dalit man, third is a third gender, and the fourth is a maybe, a married working class woman. And I will ask each one of you to take a role as per your choice. Okay, so there will be role for every student, but selection of the role will be up to you. Then based on the selection, you have to say what are the challenges that you face and what are the advantages that you get. Then we will be able to analyze, like, what are the sociological implications behind each role. And then you can explain that role with the help of any theory which I have made you study in the class. So this will be very interesting class as well. This will also be a form of assignment. Okay, this is very, very essential role taking, which we do it in our sociology classes, which I have done it in my physical classes when I used to teach in universities in Kolkata. So role taking is also a concept which is being coined by Herbert Blumer. He was a symbolic interactionist, followed by George Herbert Mead. They are all symbolic interactionists. So how do we take the roles? What role do we play? So for example, today I am dressing in this way. Maybe one of you comments me that, ma'am, you're looking very nice. So what is my perception from you? That is also a kind of a looking glass self. Okay, so how do you feel about me? So based on what you are saying about each role, I will be evaluating that. Clear? Next is in the 6th and the 7th week, I will delve into intersectionality and the diversity. As I said, gender and race, gender and class, gender and disability. Again, this concept of role taking will be used here as well. And then in the next 8th and the 9th week, there will be global perspectives on gender regarding the role of technology. We know that technology now plays a very, very important role. Without technology, can our life exist? No. So here we will study about what is the concept of gender in different culture, not only in our society, but also in Asian countries, then in the African countries. So in different countries, how gender is constructed. Then what is the role of globalization, how globalization and gender are related. And what is how important is human rights and gender justice. Then women's work and technology. What role does technology play in women's work? Then capitalism and patriarchy. How capitalism reinforces patriarchy. How the unpaid work of women, that means those who are house workers, housewives, or homemakers, how their their unpaid work, because they do not get paid, there is no remuneration for their work. So that unpaid labor benefits capitalism. Okay, then we will learn about the development policies, liberalization, globalization, and their impact on women, followed by, very essential nowadays, I think most of you know about the concept of AI, artificial intelligence. So because of AI, now everything is undergoing a major paradigm shift. So how AI is influencing gender dynamics. So you have to understand gender dynamics because of AI. This is very much essential nowadays. How varied gender is becoming because of AI. Is AI supporting the gender diversity, or it is not supporting, or it is producing a new form of gender? Because the kind of process we are coming to, I think the kind of era we are coming to, many new forms of gender can be produced, new forms of robots, technology which is female oriented. Everything we will delve into this module. And again, this will be through documentary, short films, and flipped classroom. Flipped classroom means that I will be teaching you all the concepts, and then flipped meaning I will conduct a presentation. So all of you will be given certain topics, and then you will try to teach in such a way such that you are teaching a class, and then I will be in your place as a student. So that is why it is flipped. I'm playing the role of a student as a listener. You're playing the role of a teacher by teaching the concept as if you're teaching, or maybe I'm a novice, I do not know anything about the concept. So that is flipped classroom. That way it will be very interesting as well. And finally, there will be conclusion and future directions, where I will focus on the gender gap, very, very essential, by looking into the census, NSS, National Sample Survey. Then feminization of poverty, how poverty leads to, discrimination against women. That is also important. Then I will review all the concepts and theories which I have already taught, and how gender studies can be applied in the real world context in our society, along with the future directions, how you can apply the concept. As I gave the example, any problem occurring in the family, you immediately have this concept and you apply it to understand this better, to debunk the concept. And what is the future directions for gender studies? What is the future? What are the job prospects? Very, very essential. I'm again harping on the job prospect, because it is essential that you know how market oriented is your course, because just learning the course, just gaining knowledge is not enough. You have to know the USP, the unique selling point of the course. So again, here you will learn through documentaries, peer study, group discussion, and also about proactive dialectic method, which is nothing but it is a debate method. So at the end of the course, I will conduct a debate. I will divide the class into two groups. Okay, some will speak for the notion, others will speak against the notion. A topic will be provided much before the debate, so accordingly you can prepare here. So that is how the entire course will go through. And regarding your assessment and evaluation, remember, for your assessment, there will be divisions like for your class participation and engagement. So your attendance is very important. If you attend the classes regularly, there will be 20% weightage for your attendance. Then for your weekly reading response and discussions, as I said, I want a very interactive class. So when I'm teaching you, you need to respond as well. If you don't understand, you can stop me anywhere. I will explain the concept innumerable times. Not an issue for me. Okay, but you should at least speak up. You should know, like you should respond. Whether you have understood or not understood, or any problem which you are facing, you can definitely speak up in the class. So we can have a discussion also at the end of each class. And next, we will have a research paper or a project. So at the completion of the course, after the course complete, every one of you will write a research paper, the format of which I will be providing you in the class itself. And then you have to submit it to me. You can write it on any topic from the course outline, course content, and then you have to submit it to me. Okay. And again, there will be, as I said, role taking, then group discussion, debates. So you will be evaluated based on that as well, flipped classroom method. So that is how your assessment and evaluation will take place. So that is why attendance is important. If anyhow, by any chance, you are unable to attend any class, you can inform either to me or to respected director, sir, before the starting of the class. Okay, there can be medical emergency. I completely understand. There can be technical issues. There can be any family emergency, but just prior information should be provided. Okay. All right. So that is how that entire course of gender studies will be organized and will go through. If you have any questions, any queries, any observation, please feel free to address it. Thank you. Any queries, anyone?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
This PPT will be provided to you in the group. No observation, nothing. You want to share anything?
Ma'am, I have one query. Ma'am,
Yeah.
the term that LGBTQIA plus, ma'am, the plus symbol symbolizes what?
I will be explaining it when I do it. It includes pansexual, asexual, cross-dresser, demisexual, sapphosexual, gender diverse, everything comes under it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so when I will be teaching that LGBTQIA plus category, everything will be taught to you in details. Anything else from anyone? Anushruta, are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others, Sritoma, Anturdipa, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you all are familiar because
Yes,
I already
ma'am.
taught gender sensitization to you all in back in university. But now there will be more detailing.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will have the next class probably because next Saturday, Sunday, I will be a bit busy because of a conference. So maybe in Friday, I will ask you about the timing on Friday. Let me know all of your convenient time. Then accordingly, I will fix a slot on Friday. I hope that won't be an issue because now I think your winter vacation will start, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hopefully
Yes,
that
ma'am.
won't be
It's
an
no
issue for you
problem.
all. Okay, okay. But classes will be scheduled on weekend only. Just for the next week, it will be on Friday.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
And remember, for every class, I want interaction, I want response from all of you. Okay, so please be interactive, please engage in the class. And I just want a quick introduction from all of you. Please introduce yourself so that you can know your batchmates as well. Can we start with Sritoma?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Shritama Ghosh. I have just completed my BBA with specialization in digital marketing from the New Delhi University. Currently, I am pursuing a bachelor's in library and information science from Netaji Subhash University. That's it.
Very good. Next, Antardeepa.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. I am Deep, everybody. I recently completed my bachelor's degree in digital marketing from the New Delhi University, and I am currently working as a digital marketer in an organization called Systemic. That's all.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Okay. Next, Tonmoy. Homik.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tanmay Bhumik, and I am currently a second year student pursuing my bachelor's from Ashutosh College, University of Calcutta. I previously attended ma'am's one webinar when I was enrolled in a course of Ashutosh College on artificial intelligence, and I became so fascinated by the course that I couldn't stop myself from joining this course to learn more about gender studies. That's ma'am.
Thank you so much. And Anushruta.
Good evening, everyone. I am a student of St. Xavier's University and I'm currently pursuing law. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, I think Saudatu ma'am just joined. Ma'am, we are done with the first introductory class.
I'm very sorry, ma'am.
I
I
understand.
was engaged in another lecture and
Okay,
yes,
I will
thank
be
you.
providing with the PPT in the group. You can refer to it. And if you have any queries, you can just tell me. No issues, ma'am. Ma'am, if you
Thank
could,
you, ma'am.
ma'am, if you could introduce yourself, ma'am.
Good day, everyone. My name is Saudatu Tukur Umar from Nigeria. I'm a lecturer with Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, Nigeria. Yes, Faculty of Social Sciences, Department of Political Science. And it is my honor and pleasure to be with you here. Thank you, everyone.
Great to know, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. And today I just focused mainly on what the course will be about gender studies, the introduction of gender studies, different sexuality, the different feminist theories, queer theory, how intersectional gender studies will be like. It will cut across race, caste, class, disability, and then how the entire course structure will be, the syllabus, the course outline, what will be taught in the different sessions. So that was mainly introduced today. Today was just an introductory class. The main class will begin from next week. Okay then, so if nobody has any doubts, shall I end today's session, or you have anything to discuss with me, anything you want to know? Anything you wish to know, anyone? This course will be a 3 months course. Within 3 months, this course will be completed. In each of the day, in each of the session, I will be explaining with PPT or PDF. And at the end of the class, I will be providing the PPT or PDF in the group. So no worries about it. As I said, that after the end of each module, there will be group discussions. The short films will be shown to you in class. Based on that, you will be evaluated. Then there will be also pedagogies like flipped classroom, where maybe a topic will be taught to you, and then you will be asked to teach that topic. So it's a flipped classroom. You will play the role of a teacher. I will play the role of a student as a listener. Okay, then there will be debates also. So these are some of the assignments based on which you will be evaluated. And finally, at the end, you have to write a report based on any topic from the syllabus, from the course. The format of the report, everything will be provided by me in the class. And then that you have to submit. Based on that, you will be evaluated and assessed. And also
Okay,
case studies will also be given to you, so that you understand, because nowadays we have case-based analysis. So maybe some case studies I will give, maybe from gender and family. For example, if I say a woman has been subjected to sexual harassment or domestic violence in the family, so what are the social implications, or like what are the legal enforcement to prevent that domestic violence against women. So such kind of case studies will also be given, and then you will be asked to, answer that. So it will be both theoretical as well as your application-based analysis.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Saudatu ma'am, any queries you have?
No, ma'am, I don't have any query. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay then, so I'm ending today's session. I will be sharing the PPT in the group. If anybody has any queries, anything, you can call me or you can ask me, text me anytime. Thank you so much. We meet again next week, Friday. I will be asking the time because, there can be time disparities. It can happen. And we also have someone from a different country who has different time zones. So accordingly, I will fix the time slot by taking into consideration everyone's time constraints. Okay, then. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
From next
Thank
day,
you,
I will
ma'am.
start with the syllabus and the course. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you.